There was a fierce look in their eyes. That's the look of a team out to defend its home court. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The view high above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. We welcome you to Noche and Beyond here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys. Tonight, a celebration of the Latin culture. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Joel Embiid and the Sixers have been through a lot in the last 5 years. At the beginning, there were so many losses on and off the court. But trust the process became a mantra, one that Embiid embraced. He said, "I think a lot about what I went through, how it prepared me to be a better man. I really feel like I'm the process, and the process is about me." Kevin, the process has turned out quite well.
Thank you, David. And we got a chance now to check out multiple seasons of assist numbers and what has been the trend for Rondo.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defenses.
Look at the 76ers starting group. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And for the Lakers, Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. JaVale McGee is out there with Anthony Davis, and it's Bradley in at the point guard.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job, pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
Now here's Simmons. After LeBron James's miss, Horford gets the bucket.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
Here's James, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
And Simmons kicks to Harris. We're about 1 minute into the first. And there it is for him. Harris has got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Bradley. That one falls.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
For Philadelphia, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Bradley against Simmons. And he drops it in from the low post.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
The drive by James, rejected by Harris.
What a block from Harris. Terrific work there.
And Simmons kicks to Richardson. Simmons inside, guarded by Bradley. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable.
That's good from Simmons. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Well, with the playoffs coming up quickly, Clark, strength of schedule can play a big role as it determines where a team is going to be seated come playoff time.
No, I agree with you in terms of even just making the playoffs sometimes, Kevin,
Yes.
based on where teams are and who they're playing. I mean, those matchups against potential playoff teams that are still fighting for seeding, they can sharpen you up and get you ready. Actually, those games can be playoffs before the playoffs in many ways.
And I always admire the coaches, Clark, that walk their players through the different scenarios because they should be aware.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You want everything out in front of you. As long as your team is able to handle it, and most of these teams can, I think that's a good point.
One shot.
Free throw good from Bradley.
And, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
And he makes that one.
For a big guy, Joel Embiid's floor awareness is pretty impressive. He does a pretty good job of finding open guys.
Now here's LeBron. He has 5, and they get it back. And it's Bradley. That time on the assist by McGee. 8 points for Avery Bradley. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers history.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's James, and the dunk by James.
LeBron James knows the meaning of the word layup, but he's much more interested in throwing it down when he can.
Embiid, the pass to Richardson. That's tipped. It's stolen by Green. There's the feed to LeBron. Oh, my goodness! What a play!
It never gets old seeing LeBron throw it down, especially when he decides to do it with a little flavor.
Pass to Simmons. Pass to Horford. Richardson outside. 4 on the clock. Knocked away. It's stolen by Green. Again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Richardson kicks to Horford. Back to Richardson. From about 19 feet, his second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
McGee dishes to James. McGee with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Count that bucket.
Throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively, and he's been absolutely relentless.
Here's Embiid. Horford trying to free himself up.
Boy, Joel Embiid with the throwdown. Athletic, 7 feet tall, one of the best dunkers in the league.
McGee, the pass to James. Again, the Lakers.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Simmons. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Lakers.
They've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
Here's James, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And the bright lights of L.A. perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
One shot.
Free throw drops for James. Look, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin. I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio, when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball. A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
And let's take a look now at Joel Embiid's numbers. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable, averaging about 27 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you can't help but be impressed by his numbers.
You know, guys, I think he's the engine of this offense. He makes them go. Without his scoring, I think they'd be a totally different team.
And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for you, Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4 on 5 when they're on offense with him on the floor is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it. When teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
And Simmons kicks to Richardson. Looking to end the run, cans it from downtown. Richardson's got 7.
So hard to challenge these shots, I mean, especially against the better shooters.
Bradley passes to James. Over Harris, and LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Bradley. 22 points for LeBron.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away. I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Davis, the pass to James. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Here's Harris. Passes to Horford. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Horford's got his second bucket.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
Bradley finds McGee. Here's Davis. And it's sent back by Horford. And here's Harris from the arc. Good on the three-point shot. And now it's only a 5-point Laker lead.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range. And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
James dishes to Bradley. Back to James. Over Harris. Again, Los Angeles.
So demoralizing and a helpless feeling for a defender to be that tight on LeBron and still not be able to stop him.
Now here's Simmons and the foul on Avery Bradley. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Lakers with some changes. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Avery Bradley. And stolen by Howard. James against Harris. Floats it up for Davis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Now here's Simmons. Richardson with it. Now Green defending. Here's Harris. 5 on the clock, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Harris has got 12 points in the game. The pass to Howard. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. .137 left in the first quarter of the game. And they double up James. Rondo wide open. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Richardson outside. Knocks it loose to the paint. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Slick in the pick and roll. Simmons, when a passing lane is open, he jumps all over.
Outside, Davis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Embiid. And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, when you've played over a decade and a half in the league, it's expected that you're going to slow down, but LeBron still going strong.
Mike Scott's checked in for Joel Embiid. And both free throws good for LeBron. The 76ers trail by 12. Simmons passes to Richardson. Over Davis. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. That's 12 points for Josh Richardson. LeBron left side. Good on the bucket. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Well, he's fantastic at playing to his strengths. Doesn't get outside of himself. I mean, when he's scoring at an efficient clip like that, he's hard to stop.
Now here's Simmons. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Knocked loose. Green against Richardson. Again, Philadelphia.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
To the middle. No good from Howard.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect. You know, that's exactly how they wanted to run that possession, guys. Beautiful.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense.